So I'm still here with Coach C.K. Akonnor. He's the head coach of the Black Stars. And he's had some interesting times as a player and as part of his life growing up. And I want to talk more about how he was also faring when he wasn't playing football. I'm sure in Germany he had a lot to do because he started business at a young age though. But when you weren't playing football in Germany, what were you really doing?
I was always playing football till I came here.
So off days,
okay, that's what you mean.
Mm.
And when I'm free,
Yeah,
I like to chill a bit.
what kind of chill?
You know, I have family in London, so I can. If I know, maybe in 2 weeks' time, we know our program.
Okay.
So I'll just try as much as I can look into, book the flight for a day or two, or maybe when I'm free, I can go to the States.
Were you clubbing?
Once a while,
You did all that,
but not like serious,
Mm.
But I like to sit down with friends, and
Okay.
that is mainly my thing.
So you are learning, talk about life, listen to them.
Mm-hmm. I don't enjoy club.
Okay.
I don't enjoy club at all because the noise and the smoke. When I'm out there, the next day I have headache, so I don't like it. I rather like to sit somewhere people could drink, but we could talk, and where there's no smoke and all those things. So,
while you're playing football and you're making the money, at what point did you think of business, or let me say, put money into some places, or even buy your first house? But I know, like you said earlier, your first deal with Ashanti Gold, Ash Gold, then got you some money you gave to your mom to buy land. Now, when you're making more money, what was the thinking like?
Okay, if I have to be very honest with you, I didn't make huge sum of money whilst I was playing in Europe, compared to. I want to focus only on my generation, because it will be unfair to bring it to Asian games and all because theirs were. So I wasn't making a huge sum of money. However, in my 20s, I bought a house in Germany. And all this was in my 20s.
Wow.
And so I saved a lot. The only time I struggled was when I got injured for almost 2 years. And I made a mistake because I had saved a lot of money. I had good life.
Okay.
Good life. What is good life? Once I could sit down with people and have something to drink and speak and all those things. Comfort, yeah. And so I continued to live the way I was living, because then in Germany at that time, when you are injured for 1 month, the team is not going to pay you again.
Wow.
And I didn't have good insurance. Wow. So I was then depending on myself. And I have saved a lot of money. So
you had to rely on that.
I had to rely on that. And maybe if I had gone down a bit, low profile life, because I was then thinking, I'm saying this for any young ones who will listen to take it. Keep my brain on that. And I continue to live like I told you. I used to go to London, I used to go to America, but I thought I would be back again. Yeah. And before I realized, it was almost 2 years.
Wow.
I didn't show any sign of
not having.
Okay. And it was wrong on my part. Before I realized, I spent a chunk of my money. And when I came back, it wasn't the same again, because then, you know how it is. You have to have playing time, and then they take you to a second division team. The second division team will not be able to pay you the amount you are, taking, and so, But I was very fortunate, because at that time I had made sort of investment in Ghana and in abroad. Okay. And after my career, I picked it from there. And so the issue is, how do you continue? Maybe you need to get rid of something and then start again and all the other. So I didn't really enjoy my football the way I had wanted. Okay. Because of this discussion, because of this, but I was good to go. I was good. And I made sure I took care of myself. I made sure once I decided that, okay, I'm not going to play again, I'm going to do coaching, I need to do it to the best. Again, I had that same mentality because then I had stopped school. Football was my thing. Now I've stopped football. What is my thing? Coaching. Can you do coaching? In fact, I thought I was going to be a designer. Fashion designer, yeah. I was into it. But because when I was with Wolfsburg, when I became captain, I used to meet the models.
Okay.
I used to take some pictures with them. There were occasions where you have to model for Kevin Klein.
Okay. And you had the height.
Yeah, I had. So I took some. There were situations where, but I didn't do it to the highest level because I was then actively playing with football, so I couldn't. I wish I had continued. So I was into it, the designer thing, talking to the models. Claudia Schiffer. I don't know if you. She was then at that time. You don't know. Claudia Schiffer was big in Germany, so I had contact with her. We used to talk. So I was into it, trying to. And then all of a sudden, a friend of mine who I play with in Cologne, he has now turned into an agent. So he came to me, we spoke, he said, okay, let's do some academy. Okay. I'm now getting to how I started coaching. Because you started with the. So we came to Ghana, the likes of John Boy were all part of it. And at that time, we didn't have a coach. So when we come, and I was then playing in Denmark. Okay. So when we have holidays, I'll come with him. Selection, we did we picked some boys. Yes, this is at Akonnor Park. Yeah. We used to train there, and then when we train, he wants to. I said, "Well, I'll do it." And I took over. I was doing it, and then one day he told me, he said, "C.K, I think you can coach you. I'm seeing something in you." He was the first person who gave me that word. Wow.
So you hadn't thought about it yourself?
No. I told you, I had this designer thing, fashion thing in mind, and I was thinking, how can I do it? What do you do? And especially when they bring the idea of you going somewhere to educate them, I said, okay, by this time, So once this guy introduced me,
brought the idea.
I said, okay. Then I was encouraged. I started doing it. And I'll go back to Denmark. Okay. And then the coach in Denmark at that time was involving me in a lot of things. Okay. And I was coming to the end of my career. But I told him I was struggling. I could still play, but I was struggling with my injury. I said, so he wanted to like a player coach. Okay. That kind of thing. And I wasn't allowing it. Why not? Actually, sometimes we are this I thought I'm playing. Why do you want to make me turn me into? And then because then training method, he will call me into his office. We will talk. What do I think about this training? What do I think about the last game we played? And I share ideas with him. Okay. And he was even using me more than a assistant coach. Wow.
That means he also realized that you had what it takes.
But it was later that I noticed. Okay. Later, when I was in Ghana, and then once I think I called him, we were talking. Then he told me, yeah, Charles, I know you weren't into it when I was doing it, but that is what I wanted. Wow. Because I saw your idea of, the way you talk to the boys before the match and all those, and so that clicked. Well, maybe
there's a revelation of it. And when your friend mentioned it in Ghana,
so that is how it started.
And how did you pick it up? Because now you got the idea, even advice to take it up. How did you move
So my first year was I saw myself as I'm using my career, the ideas of what I had experienced. I'm coaching with two eyes. One as a former player, one as a coach. Okay. And at that time I was using my playing experience, but I had not done anything. Okay. After a while, then I said no, I have to go I went to Germany to do the license big. Okay. I went there after the license, so I came back and the thing is different. And also one of the key thing that I learned was to make sure that I will not allow my footballing career to be ahead of me in my coaching career. Because if I do that, I will fail. Okay. The fact is, to be a good footballer, and not necessarily that you could be a good coach. So if you allow that to lead you, I behave like somebody who has come to zero,
Okay.
who has known nothing about coaching, and I have to learn. So I started talking to people. I went to Coach Ade, I went to Afrani, but I spent a lot of time with Coach Ade.
While you are wise, 11.
Whilst I was wise, then when I decided I wanted to coach, I went to his house. Said, Charlie, this is what I want to do. I said, are you sure? Fine, it's welcome. He encourage me. Every now and then I'll call him. Or sometimes he'll call me when he realized when I was Ashgold. Oh, he used to call me.
And this was a man who nurtured you when you were a young footballer.
Yeah.
And when you're becoming a coach, he also gives you the tutelage.
You know, he dropped me with Barcelona. He was the Barcelona squad. and like I said, I was bitter. But that was a turning point for me. But I thought I was good. I was part of the team. I qualified. Our last one was against Sierra Leone. In Sierra Leone, I scored for us to qualify. So there was no way. I was too confident.
Okay.
But he dropped me. And I was mad.
Did you ask him any question?
No, I didn't ask him anything. But he knew I was mad. I was mad at him even to an extent where I said if he's coaching the national team, I will not play. Because it continued to a certain match when I was then Black Stars again. And I was doing well, and they gave him the Black Stars. I came for a match and then he dropped me again. I said, wow, this man.
Wow.
But when I became coach, I went to him.
Why did you choose him?
I chose him because he had always put me at a level where I would think deep.
Okay.
He had always put me at a position where I saw it this like it's waking me up. I didn't see that somebody who's frustrating me, and in life there's always obstacles. Once you get there, how do you get up and move on? And he was the one who was always knocking me on that way. And it's like a challenge. It's like something negative. How do you turn into positivity? Yeah. You understand me? And he was the one, and I said, no, I'll go to him. Okay. I had good connections with Jones. I took a few than him. But I chose Sam to go to him. And we spoke and he welcomed me. And every time it got to a time, he was the one calling me. And sometimes he will ask you questions, you look stupid. You don't know. If the ball goes, you say, what is it called? What is it, Then you are stuck. You don't know.
And these are terminologies in coaching?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Ade he was smart. Maybe the smartest.
Interesting.
And so
he learns from the best.
Yeah. I picked a lot from him, and he so rest me. Before he even passed, I was with him. Wow. In Wafa. Subankope. Yeah. Wow. I remember. And so he has encouraged me a lot, And Jones as well, and Afrani. Afrani's situation was even worse for me because I met him like a week. I met a week later. He had his the stroke. Wow. We met at the mall. Okay. I think let's say Monday. By Thursday, Friday, he had a stroke.
That will be bad for you.
Yeah. I was shocked. Then I think when he got to they took him to the hospital
and the ambulance or
ambulance something, and I think a week later or something. He didn't stay long.
Yes.
So it was pam. Too quick. And the day I saw him, I was like, he looked tired. Wow. He looked, and sometimes Charlie, it's sad. All these people, they've done so much for us, for the country. And when he was coming, he said his car got spoiled because I waited too long, 2 hours. There, I was calling him, and he was saying, "Oh, me car no say open so." See, I don't know what can change, And we ate whatever we discussed, we did it, and then left. So I went back to the mall when he had a stroke, and then somebody came. I didn't know people were watching. I said, no, when he died,
he went back.
I was just walking within the mall, and then somebody said, what? coaching out in bed.
Wow.
I didn't know anybody was watching.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. No. So, I mean, I'm very fortunate in the sense that all these people, the past, I've had experience with them. I know them very well deep inside. I know what they mean.
To learn from the best makes you one of the best, I'll presume. And to have learned from one of the great coaches in Ghana, three key great coaches of Ghana to have imparted that knowledge on you. And at least when you were starting the coaching career, you had the opportunity to engage them, they mentored you and all of that. Now, after they had gone or passed on, how did you gather or put yourself together to continue? Because now it became a longer journey.
Yeah, it's still a journey. It's a journey that you need to bring out yourself. You go. I've traveled a lot in terms of picking brain from managers. Brendan
Rogers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Club. I've been to Pochettino. I was not able to meet him. I met him. I've gone places to learn, but I don't pick what they do. You understand me?
Just tapping into their knowledge.
Yeah. I want to know. For instance, when I went to, I think 2 years ago, Brennan was then in Celtic.
Okay.
And I had gone to Tottenham. I was looking when I went there, what I wanted, I was not satisfied. Then I arranged. Then I flew to Scotland.
Okay.
We were talking, and then he just said something. Then my whole being changed. I was like, wow, this is what I want. It's okay, I'm going back.
Satisfied.
I was satisfied. And the idea, the kind of things he told me, and then I will engage you.
Okay.
I like that. And sometimes Mancini got mad.
It's not you?
He said when he was with City.
Okay, Manchester City.
Yeah, I was there. He said, this boy, too many questions. And I'll follow you. I will follow. I want to learn. So, and that has shaped me in my coaching career.
Okay.
I have my own character. I have my own personal idea of how I see players, what players must do to improve and all. That is mine. I picked what all these guys have and sometimes add-ons. At a point in time, what he was saying was not real, And then more importantly, their training methods. I don't bring it here because what they use there, we don't have it here.
Exactly. The infrastructure.
Yeah, so I can't do exactly what they are doing. But I always then create my own thing and move on and create. And I'm also a believer of the word God. Once He's brought me here,
He will see you through.
He will see me through.
You've coached, I'll say, the two biggest clubs in Ghana. First off was Accra Hearts of Oak before Kotoko. Now, it comes with huge responsibilities and pressure. You got the Hearts of Oak job. Where you say it came out of the blue?
No, I mean at a time when I went to House of Oak, I had coached 11 Wise, and also wanted to learn more about academies. So I went to Right to Dream Academy. I had been there I think almost 2 years, and I thought it was enough. What I wanted to know, I've learned, and so I needed to move on again. And then the idea of House of Oak came. First, it was like a joke thing, and then it became serious. I said, hey, why not? Can you? I said, yeah. Well,
they asked you, can you?
Yeah. I mean, in fact, let me tell you. Should I say this? When I signed for Hearts, Fred Kentil, he said in a quote in Ghana, only no sign.
Do you know where you have signed?
Do you know what you've signed?
Yeah, where you have come and what you're signing to?
Only no sign. Okay, I'm new here. In a funny way, but he was telling me something.
Yeah.
If I didn't know, then
you now have to wake up to it.
And so I realized that it's huge, it's big, and you hear your this thing. The insult alone and everything.
The club wasn't doing much well then.
So we managed to survive. I think we were third, if I'm not.
You were second before you left.
Okay, yeah.
position.
Right. So they were all in a good way. Then the following season, we started okay. I think the first 2 matches we won, and the last 3 matches we lost.
Pressure.
As with pressure. Yeah. It's a result-oriented teams. It's the same one with Kotoko. So they were not patient, and then I had to go.
Mm.
So,
And then you had to move on to Dreams.
Dreams, and then I waited Dreams from. I went. Well, I thought it was also important for me to know the lower division. So I went to then first division, we call it, right?
Yes,
Division 1. They thought I was joking, because there's no way you've coached a top club and then all of a sudden you want to go down. And I went down.
You decided that you conscious effort to just go.
You see, for me, till I got here, if you look back, you can clearly say that, oh, he's been there. At least he's learned
across board.
So it was always about learning, growing in the business,
Okay.
in the coaching business. Not necessarily, sometimes you want to go somewhere where there's not going to be pressure. Let's experience it, how it is. How are they even doing in the first division? How is it? Because I've never played, when I was playing actively, I never experienced the first division.
Okay. Yeah.
From listening to Okwa United. So I've never experienced. When I went to the first division, I realized that
it's a different story.
Sometimes you have to lose the match before the match starts. When you go in an away match,
okay, the intimidation.
Yeah, I remember we went somewhere and the moment we got in, no fight.
Wow.
Before I realized my phone, the glass is gone. At that time, Ket was there. They were fighting Ket, big team. Hey,
wow!
I'm telling you, it's hard though. That was, they said some Turkish guys bought a club in when you're going towards Okwawu, Koko there.
Okay.
Then you go into some village, but it's all the experience.
I used to tag the Division 1 as the wilderness. Because
you can call it. I mean, you can say that. Seriously. I was shocked.
But you still managed to survive and get the team.
Yeah, we survived.
What do you tell yourself and what do you tell the players? How do you get them to perform and get the results?
Most of the time, players need to work on their psychological aspect of the game.
Okay.
I'm somebody who will make you believe what is not possible.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about it. I can play the match
before it gets
there. Telling you this, because as a player, when I was actively playing, I imagine things before it happens.
Okay.
And most of the time, what I imagine happens in the game. I score very early, I score very late.
Okay.
When it's like a few minutes to go off the game, I'll score early because I know they're not, and I imagine it.
Wow.
If the situation like that comes in, so it's been part of me. Now, for instance, we went to Zambia with Kotoko, and we had lost 3-1. Definitely, it doesn't look like we have to score 3 goals, and it looks impossible.
Yeah.
You understand me? And so I'm there. When I'm any player I'm talking to, I'm already telling him what will happen. I'm already telling him how we'll win the match.
Okay.
We'll win the match. Then I have to call somebody who we left at home. Okay. He should be ready. He's coming to play. He will play. All this. That's what I do.
Wow.
But it will be funny. Fatao, Kwame Conte.
Yes.
In our first match, they were not part of it. I dropped them.
Wow. For performance reasons?
Yeah, I was not happy with the way they were playing, training and everything. I thought, Fatao, you seriously think the way you are playing, you'll be part of the team? If that's what you think, then you will not go. If you don't change, you will not play.
Attitude.
And all that. So he thought I was joking. When I made the squad, he was not part of the squad. We went to Kenya. When we were coming back, I called him. Are you ready? Now I'm serious about it. Are you ready? Do you want to play? Okay. We are coming home and there will be a match. Friendly match. You play and I want to see it. And the match, once you do it, you win the match for us.
Exactly.
You will win the match for us.
You already told him that before.
Yes. Well, you did very well. And the kind of things I was looking for from him, I got it in that friendly match. So I was cool. I was, oh my God, I was happy. You know, I got it. And then when we went to the match, he was the one who scored the first goal.
Yeah.
You understand me? He scored it, and then it continued. And I never make him feel, because I know that character, that boy, I know him very well. So I never make him feel so at ease. Because when it gets to that level, he will not give you what you want.
Exactly.
So I always challenge him. I challenge him, and I make sure that he's the one who makes a decision. The decision is in his hands. Because truth be told, listen, coaches will do a lot, but we don't do a lot. By 85th minute, the team gets the ball and score. This is not coach. It's the individual players on the field of play.
The talents must come together.
Yes, you know, in the 5th minute when everything is gone, the coach, sometimes coaches we've lost even hope that it will happen.
Yeah.
But the players are the people who makes it happen.